Joining me now, Republican South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator, always good to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
So it's interesting because David was just laying out basically where Republicans stand on the role of government, that it should be smaller and more out of your life. And then Democrats believe that the government can give you a lot of solutions to your problems. Very clear definition. You have put yourself, your neck on the line with this abortion bill, a 15-week ban. And a lot of your colleagues want you to be quiet about this whole thing until after the election. But you're saying, no, you want people to know where you and you believe your party stands, right?
Yeah, I want people, nothing I can say about abortion is going to make people believe the economy is good when it's not. I trust the voters. People in America can absorb a lot of information at the same time. What most people don't know about the Democratic Party when it comes to abortion is that about 4 months ago, 5 months ago, they had a vote in the Capitol right behind you that would change every law in the nation, allow abortion on demand up to the moment of birth as a national standard, wiping out all state laws, to make you like China, which allows abortion on demand up to the moment of birth, in North Korea. So 16% of the people want to, abortion's on our mind. Here's what I would tell you about the Democratic Party. They're wrong on the border, they're wrong on crime, they're wrong on inflation, but they're trying to make your country be like China when it comes to unborn babies. Abortion on demand up to the moment of birth is cruel. It's out of line with the world. In France, for God's sakes, you limit abortion at 14 weeks. My bill says at 15 weeks, you can do more at the state level, but at 15 weeks, I want to draw a line in the sand and say we're going to stop abortion, life of the mother exceptions, rape and incest, to put us in line with 47 of 50 European nations. You're almost at the fourth month. And what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say the unborn child has a human right at a certain point in time not to be dismembered. So it's not a state issue. For me, it's a human rights issue. At 15 weeks, you can feel pain. You provide anesthesia to save the baby's life. I can only imagine what kind of death it must be to be dismembered after that. And the public's with me. 70% of the people would like to have limits on late-term abortion.
I mean, even when you look at the sort of battle lines over this, 15 weeks is very moderate. I mean, there are a lot of pro-life people who would like it to be far south of that. You're looking for a 15-week minimum in the country, and then states can make decisions based on that after that. Here's Stacey Abrams arguing, running for governor in Georgia against Brian Kemp. She's arguing that people who have had sonograms where they can hear the heartbeat. I've had 3 of these at 6 weeks. That they're being lied to, that there's some sort of conspiracy with the medical imaging companies and every doctor and every nurse who does these scans. Here's what she's telling everybody. Watch this.
There is no such thing as a heartbeat at 6 weeks. It is a manufactured sound designed to convince people that men have the right to take control of a woman's body.
I mean,
whoa, okay, let me collect my thoughts.
Conspiracy? Because sometimes they can sort of find the heartbeat, then they go a little over here, and then they definitely find it. So apparently we've all been bamboozled into thinking that we're hearing heartbeats at 6 weeks.
So what she's doing is marginalizing the unborn child to justify aborting it up to the moment of birth. In her world, in the Democratic Party's view of abortion, there are no restrictions. Abortion up to the moment of birth is what they believe. Now, when you understand the heart beats at 6 weeks, by 15 weeks, it's beat 15 million times. The baby can feel pain. The only way they can sell abortion on demand up to the moment of birth is to marginalize the unborn child to be some glob. It is a developing person. The French limit abortion at 14 weeks. 47 of 50 European nations do it below 14 weeks. So what I'm trying to say is if you're pro-life, you need to be pro-life even in an election year. Some of my colleagues who are great pro-life leaders need to speak up. John Thune came on for my bill today. We're with the American people. We're on the right side of this issue.
So you think those in your party who want you to be quiet, wait till after the election, they're not happy with you that you brought this up at this point? What would you say to them?
You're naive. We're a national party. Here's my position on the border. Here's my position on crime. Here's my position on inflation, on taxes, on a strong national defense. We owe it to the American people to tell them who we are. And here's who we are as a national party. At 15 weeks, we've drawn a line to put us in line with Europe and the civilized world. We reject Chinese abortion policy. And Stacey Abrams is trying to change science. She's trying to deny that the baby has a heartbeat when it does, because if you understand how the baby develops, you're going to reject abortion on demand up to the moment of birth. They're trying to marginalize me. Now, I'm a pro-life guy, always have been, always will be, but I'm not a single-issue voter. I'll vote for a pro-choice person. Like Joe O'Dea, if I were in Colorado, he's pro-choice, but God knows he would change what's going on in the country. I guess here's what I'm saying to the pro-life movement. Stand up for the baby in a reasonable way. They need you now. It is good to be pro-life. There's no bad day to be pro-life. And what the Democratic Party is trying to do is marginalize the unborn child, deny science to justify abortion on demand up to the moment of birth. And when America understands the birthing process, they will be with us.
Let me ask you one unrelated question before I let you go, because we're seeing massive protests in Russia against this conscription effort by Vladimir Putin. You've got people being dragged off the streets by police. Quick comment on where you think that's headed.
I think this is the beginning of the end for Putin. He's asking people to die in a war they don't want to fight. He's destroying the Russian economy. He's destroying the Russian military. There's going to be a pushback, and it's just a matter of time till they take him out, because there's no way for Russia to be a part of the family of nations under his leadership. So they're running out of soldiers. 300,000 people are going to be drafted against their will. The Ukrainians are doing a hell of a job. Putin's days are numbered here if we just stick with Ukraine.
Thank you, Senator. Always good to see you. Thanks for coming in today. Good to have you on set.